welcome Kakkmaddafakka. It's a real pleasure to be with you on your channel.
Merci.
Merci
Thank you very much.
My first question is I've been looking how you were described in articles on the website, and it's really full because they say you're a rock, pop, funk, disco, rap, and jazz band. Do you agree with that?
In one way, yeah. They always we like to. We are inspired by everything, and that comes out in the description on the internet. And but you can put even more stuff in there. You know, you can put in house music, you can put in R&B music, you can put in classical music, metal music. We are inspired by everything.
What were your music formation? How did you start music? Have you got classical background?
Yes. Both of my and Axel's parents are both classical musicians. My dad plays the classical guitar and my mother plays the violin. So we're from a classical background. And Jonas has played a lot of jazz, and Stian's father is also a musician. So yeah.
We have all played classical music in our childhood, so we got the basics from there.
But there is the very cliche thing that classical musicians sometimes have. It's difficult for them to groove, but you groove, and you groove in every style. So that classical background allows you to go everywhere. Is that right in the arrangement?
It's a little bit that since we are so have been like pushed on classical music as well, it has been a kind of a push. But then we just figure out and we want to explore the funk music and the beats a lot as well, and what swings, you know. And it's funny in classical music now. I'm really starting to listening to classical. To classical people playing, and I really annoys me is that they often don't have good timing. It really annoys me.
We're talking about that cliche on the classic and the groove.
Yes, they can't groove, and you're right. But the best classical players can, of course,
and they play.
But it's hard.
They go over the fact of groove.
But the big point, the reason why is. In classical music, rhythm or drums, the drum section or rhythm section is not as big as in pop music. In pop music, what we do, we always mix the drums is always almost as loud in the mix as the vocals. So we always start with the drums and the beat, you know, to make it to have a good groove. And
that's why that record is so danceful all along the track.
Girl standing there, get your pretty eyes overhead to me. I got the place you want to be. What?
Doesn't matter what kind of genre it is, but it's all groovy.
Do you spend a lot of time rehearsing and finding the clever arrangement, so you don't put 6 guitars but only one that makes the good riff?
Yes, we do this when we make the song. We never want to use backing track or anything live, because we are actually a live band. That's what we started with. But before this record, we got really interested in making good songs as well, you know. And but it's always got to be working live, and then you can only have 1 or 2 guitars, or 1 guitar and 1 cello, you know, because we are only this many people. So we always try to make it when we are in the studio. We always think that someday we gotta play this song live, and if we put on 10 guitars or too much percussion or whatever, it's not plausible to play it live, you know.
The choir, the backing vocals are really, really important on that record. It gives the energy and the catchy thing of all the choruses, and I know I'm gonna have some in mind for a few months. So the backing vocals and the harmony, you work a lot on that.
Yes. Melody is a big thing about it, and harmonies. We love harmonies. Harmonies is really fun. It's always fun to hear a melody where there is harmony on.
I think on the record there's a moment where it becomes much more club and dance.
Yeah.
Make the first move about that song, and it seems to me you know how to make some groovy disco like only bands of the north can do. I thought about this yesterday.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that song because it's really inspired by ABBA.
Yeah, but
You
that's
know?
why I'm saying this.
And we all are big ABBA fans.
And ABBA gets us back to that very big sense of songwriting and melody.
Yes.
Yes, and that's why we are in Norway. We always look up to Sweden because they are the best melody makers in the world and have been for a long time. You can go to almost any hit song in the world, and it's something Sweden in there. It could be Max Martin, or it could be Dennis Pop, or it could be Robin, or all this. Have you heard about the Swedish band called Mike Snow?
No, I don't know.
But the funny thing about that band is they make kind of, and now they make pop music, but more electro indie pop. But the guy that's behind that band, he's the same guy that wrote the mega bomb hit called Toxic for Britney Spears.
Which is one of the
Best pop songs in the world. So in Sweden,
But Norway is getting up there with the hit makers though, with the Stargate,
And I think you're gonna be on that track too.
Thank you.
There's another thing.
Big compliment.
Yes,
Yeah, but
big
it's true.
compliment.
I feel it. And there's something else I should say on that record is the humor in the lyrics. Is she touching? I wanna dance with you. Also, there's humor and fun. It seems that there's happiness singing those lyrics and those melodies.
Yes, but because we are not depressed guys.
And we haven't had it so bad.
No, and also if we sing about something that is serious, it's always nice to have some kind of humor in it, no matter how dark it is, it's always some humor in it.
And I think a lot of people misunderstand this humor thing, that because it's humor in all sorts of music everywhere, and I think you find it in classical music. It's filled up with humor, and it's got to be funny in some way, and that's what music is all about. It's fun, and it's nothing bad about music. That's the good thing about it.
There's something else also. It's the very big harmony there is in between you playing. It means in every break when you giving a surprise in a song, changing the bass, the piano goes crazy many times also on that record. There's always a very big harmony between you playing, and you can feel that on the record. So is it something you worked especially on the production? You've been produced by a very talented man. Alan Oy is part of King of Convenience, and did you work a lot so you can put back that energy you have maybe on stage and playing together?
Yes.
Yeah. How did you do that?
And some people actually say that we haven't managed to do it properly. They say that it's still more energy live, but I think we made a good effort.
I think that's kind of the meaning, isn't it? That the party is going to be on stage, not on a record. Because it's very fun to be on a party, but it's not so fun to listen to a party.
But I do think that listening to the record, then when the people will go to see you in concert, there will be much more connection. They will know you, and because you have the energy on the record, they will be wanting to give their energy right on, not waiting. That's what I mean.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying. We're trying to put as much Kakkmaddafakka you can get into a song or into a record. That's what we're trying to do, and I'm really glad when a guy in the industry understands it. It's not a lot of people that understands this. A lot of people understand it without saying it, like the audience. But you have been smart and analyzed, and
you got the point.
You understand it, and
well, I hope people will understand. I will hand, because maybe they don't really always understand the name of the band. You have to have a look a bit and try to pronounce it. Is it Methodological retranscription. It's like Kakkmaddafakka.
Yes.
And so they call it a methodological or neological retranscription of a name. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
So-
it's not really any smart thing about the name at all.
It's really funny, Kakkmaddafakka.
Yeah,
I think
it's just fun to say it, and I tell people that don't like the name, just say it 10 times and you will start to like it. You say it a couple of times and it's no harm in it, and people remember it.
Yeah.
It's like with the very good food or a very good song. You don't like it the first time, do you?
Yeah.
But in the end, it's the best thing
Yeah, the
in the
first
world.
time you say, gosh, I will never get able to pronounce that fucking name. Why did they do that? And then you can pronounce it, it's okay. Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I think everyone should go buy legally the second record of Kakkmaddafakka, Hest. It's been a pleasure, Elliot.